Shalom City kids! I'm so glad to see you today, and thanks for joining us. Are you ready to sing, dance, and watch our Bible story? All right, here we go!
Hey families, I'm Katie and I am so happy to have church with you right now. It's pretty great to be in charge, right? What rules would you make if you were in charge? Maybe you would have to eat ice cream for every single meal. Or every kid gets 2 pets. Or you have to play with a fun toy every day. You'd probably choose some really fun rules, wouldn't you? Well, our point today is all about making choices. Listen to this. Every day, I make choices that honor Jesus. Now say it with me. Every day, I make choices that honor Jesus. Now it's time for our everyday song that talks about that. Stand up so you can sing and dance along.
Every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. 'Cause there's a world outside that can't seem to make up its mind. It's saying this and that, that and this, everything's changing all the time. You are the light, the truth, the way. So I'll say, hey, every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. I'll trust and obey every word you say, 'cause I know that you love me. I'm following your way every single day. I wanna be who you want me to be. You are the light, the truth, the way. So I'll say, hey, every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. Every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. Every day I can
Trust you, Jesus,
every day I choose
to honor you,
every day I can
reflect you to others,
every day I am
who you say I am.
You are the light, the truth, the way, and I'll follow you every day. I'll say, hey, every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. Every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. Hey, every day I choose Jesus, I will follow you. Hey, every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Hey, every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Hey, every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you.
Hey everyone, my name is Brittany and we're so excited you're joining us today. Today we're talking about the story of the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments showed the Israelites what was important to God. It's kind of like how we have some house rules in our homes. Rules like taking your shoes off before you go on the carpet, or no eating in the living room, or no screen time during dinner. When we obey these house rules with a good attitude, we show our parents that we love them and we honor them. In the same way, when we obey God's law with a good attitude, we are showing Him that we know Him, that we honor Him, and that we love Him because we have a real relationship with Him. And that's why today we are saying, every day I make choices that honor Jesus. We're going to start things off by singing a song together, so go ahead and stand up and sing this out with us as loud as you can.
greater is He that is in me. Nothing is ever gonna stop us. This world will never overtake us. 'Cause we've got power in Jesus. He won, evil is defeated. Come on. Hey, hey, greater is He. Hey, hey, greater is He that is in me. Hey, hey, greater is He. Hey, hey, greater is He that is in me. No one is greater than, no one is bigger than, no one is stronger than. Hey! No one is greater than, no one is bigger than, no one is stronger than. Come on! No one is greater than, no one is bigger than, no one is stronger than. No one is greater than, no one is bigger than, no one is stronger than Jesus. Hey, hey, greater is He. Hey, hey, greater is He that is in me. Hey, hey, greater is He. Hey, hey, greater is He that is in me. Greater is He. Greater is He. It's time to play some music. It's time to make some noise. It's time to dance, clap your hands, don't stand still. Now let me hear you lose your voice. Come on, listen up. Let's go! Listen up, we got a reason why we're singing. Who I wanna be. Take control, feel the music in your soul. Who I wanna be. I'm a child of God, you know it. Hey, I was born for this. It's why I was made. Don't have to be afraid, 'cause I know that I am saved. A child of God, that's who I wanna be. Listen up, we got a reason why we're singing. Who I wanna be. Take control, feel the music in your soul. Who I wanna be. Hey, listen up. Hey, listen up, we got a reason why we're singing. Who I wanna be. Take control, feel the music in your soul. Who I wanna be. Now put your hands up high, put them way down low. Move side to side, stop. Let's go. Come on, come on. Let me see you dance. Come on, come on. Listen up, we got a
guys sounded so great. Thank you for singing along with us, and now we're going to take some time to watch a Bible story together. Like I said earlier, today's story is about Moses getting the 10 Commandments, so let's check it out.
God gave us rules to know how we should treat others and respect the world He created. We can find God's law in the Bible.
Rules? Law? Doesn't that sound kinda bossy?
Actually, He gave us His law because He loves us so much. God's law teaches us how to love God and love others. For example, God knows life is better when we don't do evil things, like lie or hurt each other. There's a story in the Bible about a leader named Moses. God wanted His people to know how to live, so He gave Moses the 10 Commandments to remind us what is right. We just have to obey.
There's just one problem. No one, and I mean no one, can obey the law all the time. We all make mistakes. When we compare our list of mistakes to God's law, it shows us how sinful and selfish we are.
But what if the list of our sins was erased, torn up and forgotten? Every mistake forgiven.
Would God really do that?
He already did. God saw the mess we were in and sent us a free gift to fix it. That's why God sent Jesus to earth, to make things right again and forgive our sins.
When Jesus died on the cross and came back to life, that fixed our broken relationship with God. He took the punishment for all of our sins.
God gave us grace for our mistakes. All we have to do is have the faith to believe it.
Is God's grace free for everyone?
It doesn't matter who you are or what you've done. You can't earn God's grace by working harder, and you don't deserve it just because you look a certain way. Even though we don't deserve it, God's grace is free because Jesus already paid the price.
Wait, if God's grace forgives us for everything we do wrong, then we can throw out the law and do whatever we want.
No, we shouldn't do that. Faith in Jesus and God's law go hand in hand. The law shows us we are sinners who need Jesus, and Jesus helps us obey the law. We need God's grace and truth to live life the right way. God created your life to be a beautiful adventure. He loves you so much that He gave you 2 things to help you live life to the fullest: Jesus and His law.
When you put your faith in Jesus, you are forgiven. When you follow God's law, you are free.
When God gave the Israelites the 10 Commandments, He was basically saying, here's how to have a relationship with me, and here's how to have a relationship with others. Each of the commandments shows us how to do one of those things. And you see, the 10 Commandments were way more than just a list of rules to keep people from doing whatever they wanted to do. Our friend, Pastor Andrew, is going to be talking to us a little bit more about that right now. So let's take a look.
How many of you have rules to follow at your house or chores that you do every week? Yeah, we all do. Maybe a rule is to take your shoes off before you go out onto the carpet. Or one of your chores might be to clean your room and then take out the trash. Ugh. Those rules are in place to help you and your family have relationship. I can show that I love my mom by obeying her with a good attitude when she asks me to clean up my room or to turn off my video game when she tells me it's time for bed. But what happens if I break one of the house rules? Am I kicked out of the house? No, I still have a place at the table for dinner and I still have a bed to sleep in. Following the house rules in my parents' house with a good attitude, it shows them that I honor them as my parents and that I love them. The 10 Commandments are a lot like...
Andrew! Oh, hey, there you are, Andrew.
Hi, Trunks, what's up?
Well, I just have a question.
Yeah, what's the question?
Why do I have to do my homework before dinner when I could just as easily do it after?
What do you mean, Trunks? Did you just come from your house?
Yeah, so here's what happened. I came home from school and I was ready to play my favorite video game when my mom told me that I needed to do my homework before dinner.
Okay, makes sense to me, so what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that I really don't want to do my homework before dinner. I want to do it after. I just don't understand why I have to do it then.
Okay, I see. So doing your homework before dinner is kind of like one of those house rules.
Yeah.
Well, Trunks, sometimes we don't always understand why our parents or teachers ask us to do something, but it's still important to listen to them and obey them with a good attitude, because when we do that, we're showing them that we love them and that we honor them.
Oh, well, that kind of makes sense, but I still don't want to do my homework before dinner.
I understand that, Trunks, but answer me this. Do you love your parents?
Well, of course I do.
Well, one way you can show them that you love them is by obeying them with a good attitude, by doing your homework before dinner.
Okay, so I can show them that I love them and honor them by obeying them with a good attitude?
That's exactly right.
Well, I guess I can do that. Thanks, Andrew.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy. See you later. The Ten Commandments are a lot like these house rules. God wanted a relationship with the Israelites. God rescued the people from Egypt because he loved them. And now that there was this relationship, God showed the Israelites what is important to him. He basically said, here's how to have a relationship with me, and here's how to have a relationship with others. When we obey God's law with a good attitude, we are showing him that we know him, that we honor him, that we love him, and that we have relationship with him. Jesus summarized the whole law in this: love God and love others as yourself. Our works, being perfect or obeying all the rules, is not what saves us. It is the free gift of God's grace that saves us. Obeying God's law is simply how we show God that we love him and that we honor him. Everyone say this after me. Every day, I make choices
I make choices
that honor Jesus.
that honor Jesus.
Pastor Andrew talked about how when we obey God's law with a good attitude, we are showing him that we know him, that we honor, and that we love him because we have a real relationship with him. I would encourage you to take some time right now to talk with your parents or small group leader about some house rules you have in your own home and why you think those rules exist. So that's it for this week, and remember, every day we make choices that honor Jesus. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Hold on, we've got a Bible verse to learn. I'll say it first. Ephesians 6:1. Children, obey your parents because you belong to the Lord. Now I'll say little parts and you can repeat them after me. You ready? Okay. Ephesians 6:1. Children, obey your parents because you belong to the Lord.
Thank you so much for joining today. I hope that you really enjoyed our Bible story. Take a couple moments and there's going to be questions that pop up on the screen. You can discuss them with your family, and we can't wait to see you next week. Bye, everybody.